Hey guys, welcome back to another tutorial on how to cut a shirt collar. So I'm starting with my ruler, my scissors, my piece of chalk, some office pins and a piece of fabric. So this fabric is already folded into two. I'm going to show you that quickly. It's already folded into two, and I'm working with the collar depends on the length, the width of your collar depends on the circumference of your neckline. So first of all, what I did here was the hem wasn't even, and this is necessary for even measurements across the entire length of the fabric. So I just cut that off so I'll have a good start. Now, like I said, the circumference of my collar, I'm starting with my collar stand, and I'm taking 2 inches for my collar stand. Now the circumference of my neckline is 9.5 inches. I'm going to mark 10 inches for my collar width, and this is because when I mark 10 inches, by the time I'm done sewing, it will jump back to 9.5 inches. You understand? Yes. So I have just finished marking the collar length. Now this is me marking the collar width at 10 inches. So that is 10 inches. Remember what I said, by the time you're done sewing, it will jump back to 9.5 inches. So when I was done with those markings, I used a straight line and I connected the markings together. Sorry, like this thing is not really visible. I don't know why this fabric is a pink and black fabric, but it's showing like blue here, and I'm using a blue chalk. But just look very well, you see what I'm doing. So I'm just reinforcing that measurement there. This is a straight line. Then to form that curve, that is always, I verify the measurement again. There's a rule in sewing that says verify twice. So to form that curve, I marked 0.5 inches, that's like half an inch, and I just angled it back into the 10 inches. So half an inch away from the initial measurement, but I still angled it into that 10 inches. This is like a curve. Okay, then when I was done with that, I pinned it to make sure everything is safe and secure, it doesn't move. Then I cut through. Cutting a collar stand is very simple, but it's a very delicate part of the sewing, so you have to take your time and do it correctly. So you can see how the curve branched into the 10 inches mark, the 10-inch mark. So after cutting the first piece, I went ahead to cut the facing. All I did here was I just carried the one I've cut before and I laid it on the remaining piece of fabric, secured with a pin, and I just followed the outline that the hems of the collar stand has created for me, and that was how I got my collar stand facing. When I was done pinning, I went ahead to cut through. So this is what the collar stand looks like. when I was done with that, I just folded them together, and it was time to cut the collar fall. So naturally the collar fall is always wider than the collar stand. So I secured with pins to make sure everything is together. Then of course I made the fabric even, so I'll have a fresh start and an even measurement round the entire length of the fabric, across the entire length of the fabric rather. So from the hem of my fabric, I measured 2.5 inches for my fabric length. Then I did this across the entire length of the fabric, to make sure everything is precise. Connected with a ruler. Then from the center of my fabric, I measured 9.5 inches, which is like, this is the original length, of the circumference of the collar, the width rather of the circumference of the collar. So watch what I do here, or what I did here. So from that point, okay, I measured 0.5 inch, that's half an inch again, marked it upwards, and measured another 0.5 inch. Then I just connected from that top of the first 0.5 inch to the bottom of the other 0.5 inch. I drew a slanted line. Good. So I drew a slanted line from the second mark of the 0.5 inch to the other mark of the 0.5 inch. So which means, like, from the 9.5 I took 1 inch backwards. 9.5 inches is like the original length of the circumference of the neckline. So I took 1 inch backwards and I marked my collar fall. You understand? So from that point I slanted it down to the bottom of the first 0.5 inch mark I gave. So when I was done with that, what I did here was I just cut through. I know why I marked 9.5 inches here is, okay, 9.5 inches is the original length of the circumference of the neckline that we're going to attach the collar to. So moving 1 inch backwards, we now give that collar stand curve. It will give you that space. There's always this space between the collar fall and the collar stand where the button will sit. So this 1 inch I took backwards is what will give that space, if you understand what I'm trying to say. You'll see it in action when I'm done sewing. So just know, whatever you do, if you are cutting your collar stand and your collar fall, your collar stand, there will be a 1 inch difference between your collar stand, between the width of your collar stand and your collar fall. Okay, so the collar fall will be minus 1 inch of the collar stand. Like, I just hope you're understanding all this mathematics I'm saying. So this is me cutting the facing of the collar fall. Some people like to leave like half an inch, but me, I believe like half an inch, it doesn't really show that curvy part of the collar stand. So I normally take 1 inch, but you just play around with the measurement and see which one works for you. chipped that slanted end. So this is what the collar fall looks like. You can see how slanted that other end is, and this slant was formed from, you know, that mark of the second 0.5 inch with a slanted line down to the bottom of the second 0.5 inch point. So this is my collar fall, and this is my collar stand. So this is my collar stand, this is my collar fall. So to sew this now, sew from that point down to that point and turn it over, from that point down to that point, and I'll turn it over. That's for my collar fall. Then for my collar stand, I'll sew from that end to that point, from that end to that point. So this is, when I was done sewing, this is what it looked like. I have already turned the collar fall over. So what I did here was I turned the collar stand the other way. What I just wanted to do here was tuck the collar, or what I did here was I tucked the collar fall into the collar stand. So with the center of, using the center of the collar fall and the collar stand, I made sure the center of the collar fall and the collar stand lapped. Man, this English is too much. I just made sure the center of the collar fall and the center of the collar stand, like, they are at the same point. So I secured with some pins, you know, to make sure everything is precise and even. So this is what it looks like, or it looked like, when I was done securing with the pins. I've not sewn it yet, I just tucked it in, preparing to turn it over. This is what it looks like, so you have an idea. This is what it looked like, so you have an idea. Then I just sewed from that point down, like just run stitches across that axis. So this is the final look, ladies and gentlemen. Like, this is how it looks like. You can see how that the 1 inch gap from the collar stand, how it looks. Okay, so you understand what I was trying to explain then. So this is how it looks. So you just work with the measurement of the circumference of your neckline. This is how it looks. This is just how to cut a basic collar. You can now form modifications, other types from this one, and from here you can just fix it into your whatever you made it for. Like, this is so good. Like, I love this collar, like I love it so much. So if you try it out, let me know how it went. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, like this video, share, subscribe. It's free of charge. If you do something beautiful with the collar, just tag me on Instagram, tag me on Facebook. I will definitely feature you on my page.